Don't yell at me. Yelling
It
at
has
me.
it has begun.
Don't be yelling at me behind the scenes.
Say what now? Oh shit, my headphones.
All right, all right, all right. Well. What up, my brother? What up, my brother?
I am here. How are you doing to this fine day, sir?
Well, the day has been fine. I concur. I
Yeah?
concur, and I'm well. And I think it's gonna get a little finer.
Oh?
Yeah, man. We got some good energy coming in this evening by way of Kids Point of View books. That's
That'll be
Cream
fun and
Williams
exciting.
and Nicholas Waddell.
It sounds
Those
very
two
fun and
guys are
exciting.
good energy. So I can't wait to see which direction this conversation goes. Miss Ron C, what up with you? That's good energy right there for sure. What's that, chicken? Oh, check-in.
It's vegan chicken right there.
That's right. You have to check.
You're stupid guy.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Lord. Hi, Mrs. Ron C. Hi, ma'am. Howdy doody.
Already we
What
start
up?
with the dopey moat. That's the Flaming Donuts.
Flaming
Lundy's Lane.
donuts.
Yeah. Yes. Lundy's Lane. That's
Miss Ron
right.
C, that's where you at right now? You're checking in from Lundy's Lane?
I wonder if she's ever been.
Miss Ron C's been to Lundy's Lane, guy. Why else would she be bringing it up right now?
Well,
You've been shopping? You've been shopping, Mrs. Ron C?
bam. Shopping, yes.
It's terrible. We can get canceled for that.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Oh, she was doing her research. Tadao.
Yes, go to Champion and grab a Seattle jersey.
That's
But
funny.
Champion was in the Buffalo side today. Champions was in the Buffalo. So do they have a Champions outlet in the Canadian side?
I don't know. Do they still have Champions outlets? I don't think they haven't had one on the Canadian side.
Remember, we used to go across the border with our bad clothes and come back with our new clothes.
Everywhere has cheap Steelers gear nowadays, Mrs. Ron C.
That was a lob. That was actually a lob.
Wait. Here we go.
That was a lob, if I ever heard one.
That was too easy. You check the clearance rack, man. You gotta make
Tadao, what up
Josh
with you?
Allen jerseys. Oh, what's going on here? Pizza in the Break Room is live.
Yes, we is.
All right. What the hell? What's today? Today's Tuesday. You said Kids' Point of View is on. All right, good.
Yep.
You said, what do we know already? We already know that you went to Niagara for the weekend.
Yes,
right?
yes.
You did the go-karts. Carla ran over some kids, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Lawsuits pending.
That's all right. You'll get off on that, yo. You'll get off on that. It is always Tuesday. Touche.
So, Ms. Ron C, Carla and I got into a debate over this, the Maid of the Mist. Because when she booked it, I said, is it a Maid of the Mist? And she goes, no, it's not Maid of the Mist. It's Niagara City Tours. So I said, oh, okay.
What up, Fave?
Maid of the Mist. And she goes, no, it's not Maid of the Mist. It's Niagara City Tours. So I'm thinking she's saying that as if like we're on Niagara City Tours. Maid of the Mist is like downstream a little bit. When I get there, I realize that it's Maid of the Mist. I said, this is Maid of the Mist. And she says, no, it's Niagara City Tours. I said, Sky Dome, Rogers Center, it's Sky Dome. I said, it's Caravana. It's Kleenex. It's
Cops
Q-tip.
Coliseum. See what they did there for Hamilton? Big up Hamilton. There you go.
Yes.
Anyways, carry on.
She goes, I don't know what you're talking about, Junior, but this is Niagara City Tours.
Did she call you Junior that time? She said Junior?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yes.
Just checking.
Yes. I haven't heard her call me anything else in my life.
Never?
Oh, yeah, she did. She got me that one thing that one time, but
I thought that's what the emote was about. I thought that's why we had that emote. Personally, that's where I thought it came from, but still. Just cool, Mrs.
No,
Ron C.
Mrs.
Just
Ron
cool.
C. The American side, their thing is called something different. It's like the Mayflower or something like that. No. Oh shoot.
It is Tuesday. It is always Tuesday with this guy.
The Mayflower.
It's the Hornblower Tours. Or is that on Lundy's Lane too? No, it's on. That's what shit. Anyways.
Yo, bro.
What happened? Chico. Yo. Chico, big up, Chico. I saw Chico up in this piece.
Chico, good sing evening, what up sir. With you.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Ubuntu.
Yo, Tadao would appreciate this.
What you got? What you got for Tadao?
Remember last week? Last week I told you I had like the half gram that was like $20, guy. This raid coming, huh? Anyways.
The half gram?
Half gram for $15, Paul. I was exaggerating, P-Man. And it is this little itty bitty thing right here. But it fucked me up, man.
Send Milo, what up with you?
Infused blue shit. It's scary. Anyways, that's what I'm smoking. I don't know what you're drinking. Anyways, big up.
Cool it now for
Cindy Milo. What up?
What up with you?
Trouble? What happened? Oh. You don't do drugs? I don't do drugs either. This is just television, man. It's fake. It's fake. It's fucking pepper in here.
Today might not be the day for. Well, I don't know. Is it? Is it? I got the little girls hugging up on my chest and stuff. You know.
I got Sesame Street.
Yeah,
it's great.
Right.
That's the cutest fucking thing I heard all day.
Let's follow the script today. Yes, we shall.
Trouble.
This one here now.
Oh boy. When's your B-Day, Trouble? When's her birthday?
Her birthday is tomorrow, actually.
Oh?
Yeah.
August, what's that? August 31st?
No, yes, exactly.
Interesting.
September 1st, her and Jabalti share the same birthday.
Oh. September 1st?
Yes.
That's my daughter's birthday too.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's dandy.
Gangsta thing. Oh, Thursday's your B-Day? So is there August 31st?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's August 31st.
Stick with it, man.
Oh, then it's Thursday then.
We already talked about this.
No, yeah, but I miscalculated. I thought that August had 30 days.
Okay, you gotta do the thing. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You didn't know that one?
I remember seeing that back in the days.
Do it, guy. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Learn something new every day.
I know. 30 days has September.
Channel 9's up in this piece. No, that one doesn't work, man. That's too long, man. Look, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Rhyming and shit.
You gotta rhyme though. That's how it's called mnemonic device.
No, because I learned this morning that you don't appreciate rhymes. So DJ Channel 9 in the house. IQ remix.
Thank you for the raid, y'all.
Big up.
DJ Star Q, what up with you? Nerd Proud, what up with you?
Yeah, Missy Bell.
Missy Bell, what up with you? IQ remix in the house. What up? Chris Manning, Cali. What up with you?
Hey, Chris Manning and Cali. Good evening. Thank you for the raid, Channel 9.
Mr. So Mr. Channel 9. Yeah, but don't do me like that. I appreciate rhymes. No. And the more I listen to the rhymes, the more I appreciate them.
I don't want to talk to you about it.
I don't
have time to talk to you about it.
So then how are we supposed to have a discussion if you don't want to talk to me about it? Oh my gosh, and somebody put this up. Good for you anyways. Good for you.
We're friends like that, eh?
Good for you, man.
We're friends like that. What? What's the problem? I just, I just some certain. It's like somebody talking to you about haircutting. You know what I mean?
So what does that even mean when you say that right now in this instance?
In order to appreciate that verse,
yes,
I think some people would have to you have to see all the undertones of it, like some of the verses from songs from years ago, or the references to songs from years ago, or the lines from songs from years ago that are tied in, that just come back and work so wonderfully and are interwoven. Some people don't know the old song to appreciate hearing it. They're just hearing something and it sounds like a good rhyme to them. But then there's more to it because it's about something, it's from somewhere, it's of something.
It sounds like a reach.
I don't know, man.
The sky's the limit.
I guess. But so it goes. Anyways, big up to all the people. Big up to all the hosterers. Is that what that says? Hosterers. Nerd Proud. Big up.
Hoster. See, I keep coming here trying to mash up people's brain right now. Hoster.
You see that? That hurt my brain, guy.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for joining Pizza in the Break Room, episode 59. T. Hashon Couture J. We've come a long way, my brother. But we riding this wave nicely.
59, eh?
59. Today we got our special guest in the room. Who we got today?
We have Nick and Kareem. What did you say yesterday? Together they form, or help us to form, or provide us with the kid's point of view. Something like that. Does that sound about right?
Together they join and they form.
Some kids shit like that. View. I don't know. I don't think that's what she said, but anyways. So they're going to tell us a story, a nice little story about some things that we're going to talk about way back in the days and stuff like that. Maybe understand the relationships here if people don't understand how this all works.
And what we're going to do is kind of get their opinion on this Jay-Z verse that seems to be trending. I don't know why.
It seems like you guys have this planned out already, man. I don't want to talk about Jay-Z anymore. Let's talk about Rick Ross, guy.
He's getting left out, eh? Poor guy.
Oh, right. He was on that song too, right?
All right. Well,
button,
again,
man.
Thank you everybody for joining Pizza in the Break Room. Grab a slice in the back, make yourself comfortable. We will be right back. All right.
We here now. We here. Yeah. It's in the break room, y'all. Holla, holla, holla. Woo!
What is going on? What is going on? Hey, nice shirt, bro.
Thanks, nice shirt, bro.
I tried my best. I didn't get a dual school shirt yet, but I went with Sesame Street. I was trying to be on brand a little bit.
That's good. That was good.
Some of it was thought out. So,
hey Bennett, I like the introduction, bro. Together we form. It's like an intro to a movie. Together they form.
Well, I mean, I'm just getting ready, man. I try to see down the road, right?
Oh, so, I like it.
Right, he was a brother. And Nick was somebody else's brother.
And then this guy starts doing this stuff, right? See, this is what happens.
Together they are the brothers.
Its point of view. A child writing team.
Yo, Kareem, how do you put up with this guy, man?
I do it, man.
It's tough. You just get used to it.
I just get used to it, man.
That's what she said. I never use it right. Way off, guy.
Actually, I like that one. I like that one, to be honest.
I just get used to it. That's what she said. I just get used to it. If you know, you know.
Okay, hold on.
You see this today? Well, all I gotta say is, you see this today already? 12 seconds into this show, and this guy was trying to. Anyways, go on.
No.
Oh,
don't worry, we have segments. Remember, we're gonna have segments.
Nah, we're not. This is not going off the rails because of me.
It always goes off the rails because of you, bro.
So this is where I use it?
Huh?
Is this where I use it?
Oh man.
Yes. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time, making the time, sharing your time with us and with the family that we have here inside the group, Pizza in the Break Room.
Okay, this is the most. I think Denise. Is Denise Jojo here? Denise Jojo's here. What do you think? He's doing like. He's like 40% professional right now. He's trying to be all professional and shit. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah,
What are
you.
you talking about?
I'm talking about Fitz, guy.
Oh. What is going on?
Anyways.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. So let me ask you guys to introduce yourself just so that people in the chat can kind of get to know who you are. Like I already know who you guys are. So, raise your hands and introduce yourself.
Introductions. So Kareem Williams, one half of the duo, Kids Point of View. Yeah, man. So you can catch me at Couture Realty, or you can find me on IG at Tansha and Bella's dad.
The second half of Kids Point of View. Yeah, I'm Nick Waddell, teacher with the Toronto District School Board, and I'm at Kids Point of View Books with Kareem on Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much the size of it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you guys again for being here with us, man.
No problem.
Thank you for being here. All right.
Did you ask them if they listened to God Did?
If you listen to what?
God Did.
Oh, with Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and Rick Ross, right?
Yeah. So honestly, I never heard. I heard snippets of the verse, but I never heard the whole song yet.
Honestly, I'll be 100. I'll keep it 1,000.
Go ahead.
I heard that Jay-Z raps at the end, and I fast forwarded to the Jay-Z part.
Yeah.
And I've yet to hear the rest of the song.
I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't. The only thing I've heard from the song itself is off of IG, because everybody is going bananas over it. Is it really that good?
Well, what you've heard, does it like spark anything in you? I
mean, from what I heard, is Jay-Z doing Jay-Z, man. Like, it doesn't seem like it's anything over the top. Like, I mean, I don't know.
I think it's because Jay-Z hasn't really rapped
like that in a while.
He's kind of rapped, but not rapped.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah. I can see that.
He felt like being serious about rapping for that one.
For that verse.
I think because he had his contemporaries on it, so he's like, you know what?
Okay, you got to step it up.
You got to step it up.
No, I'm not going to lie. The verse he did with, who is it? With Nas.
On
the Khaled.
Oh, on the Billionaires.
Yes.
He was
nasty.
Yeah. I think
so. If it's anything comparable to that, then I rate it. But I haven't heard the whole verse yet. I have to listen to it.
I'm going to see you this weekend, Kareem. I'll ask you about it again, okay?
Okay, we'll discuss that.
Okay, I'll ask you.
I know you're a big Jay-Z fan guy.
Well, I'm a realist too.
No,
there's only one realtor in here. Don't try it, guy. Don't try it.
I'm done with you today, guy.
Don't try it, guy.
Don't try it, guy.
Oh man.
No, this John Legend does touch some heartstrings at the end though. Good vibes.
Okay.
I've been requested to play this song just a while ago in the chat, but it's kind of long.
It's like 8 minutes, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's 8 minutes.
It's kind of long.
Maybe later.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, you can just go on my IG. I've got the whole song there. Whole thing might not be in order. But that whole thing's there.
Bennett reaction video to every line. Oh, you guys hear that? Oh, this wheel is in that.
Anyways, jeez.
But in saying that, Hot Shot, it's a good verse, and I listened to it again a couple of times today, and it is a good verse. I'm not gonna say that it isn't. But the word on the road is that it's like the best verse, like in hip hop, and it's nowhere close. It's nowhere close, and it's not even close to being the best Jay-Z verse ever. Not even anywhere close.
No, I think people are just starved for some hot verses because people are not really rapping with hot verses anymore.
It's like when LeBron dunks.
Yeah,
Like his dunks are like mediocre at best.
but it's
But,
LeBron.
but because LeBron dunks,
Yeah,
everyone's on it.
yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to.
That's a good analogy.
Just
That's
being
pretty good
honest.
analogy.
Yeah. That's what I think about it.
Or is it the other way when he does like a 360 windmill through the key on somebody's head?
Easy.
They're just like, yo, it's
I've
just
seen this
LeBron.
Oh,
before.
you seen this before?
It's just LeBron. LeBron.
No,
Oh, he could have done it. He could have pumped. He could have pumped it. He could have pumped it. People say
No,
he does that, right? No.
Well, I've heard Jay-Z drop some verses. From what I've heard from this, is nothing like, in my opinion, super crazy, super out of this Jay-Z world. I've heard him say stuff like this before.
I thought we had to talk about books.
People are hungry for Jay-Z. That's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
People are hungry for Jay-Z, and Jay-Z hasn't shown up in a minute. So Jay-Z shows up, and it's
a wrap.
Now, is it that people are hungry for Jay-Z, or is it that the forums that we find ourselves listening to clamor for Jay-Z?
I think Jay-Z transcends. Like, Jay-Z is one of the few artists from the 90s that transcends to 2020. It's one of the very, very few, and it's because he's not just a rapper. He's like kind of an icon in the way that, I don't know, him connecting with Beyonce and all that stuff. I think Jay-Z is still relevant in pop culture. Like kids that are in their teens right now, they know who Jay-Z is. But they don't know who rappers in the 90s. They don't know most of the dopest rappers in the 90s. Kids have no idea, but they know who Jay-Z is.
Okay, so I hear you say that, right? But now, when I listen to that song, not just the Jay-Z verse, in the Jay-Z verse, he talks about, man, it's like I'm sitting down with Farrakhan. Y'all need to shut up and like watch what you're talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. But then in Wayne's verse, just before, he mentions, I am the culture.
Okay.
What up, twin?
Okay.
Dreadlocks and face tats. That's everybody's me.
Unfortunately, I would argue that not as many kids know who Like, it's crazy. No. I don't think kids, like, you ask a 12 or 13-year-old, you know who Lil Wayne is?
That's true.
Like, I don't know. I heard on a Drake song.
That might be true. Even if that is true,
they know Jay-Z for sure.
Really?
No.
I don't think they know Jay-Z raps. I mean, it's like they don't even know Kanye West.
So
raps.
my thing is that Lil Wayne is part of that skate culture too, man. I just felt like his reach is much broader than Jay-Z's.
His reach is still limited to like people in their 20s, I think. Right? Not like the kids all know, like everyone knows who Jay-Z is.
So it's more of a niche
it's
for
more
Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
but here's what you're saying.
But he probably dominates his niche more than anybody else dominates their niche.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense. So
that makes sense.
I think Jay-Z's better than Lil Wayne, but I think Lil Wayne's my second. He's like my second. So I'll just throw it out there. Like I'm not disrespecting Lil Wayne.
Super problem.
I'm not disrespecting Lil Wayne in any way. We talk increments because we're talking about like the best of the best. So we're talking, 9.9 versus 9.8. Like that's the differences we're talking about. But I think what Wayne, like you say, that skater culture, that South culture, that he dominates that more than say Jay-Z dominates the East Coast, but there is so much more to the East Coast.
So now here to your point now. You're saying that Jay-Z dominates the East Coast, right? Lil Wayne dominated hip hop so much that he turned East Coast South Coast.
But like I guess the difference is, I think what Nick was saying earlier, like Jay-Z started just the same way everybody else started. Right, selling stuff out of their trunk and hard and rough and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
and now go to a game, walk in the subway, see a commercial. Like we're not like it's not even about rap anymore. Because now what the bigness of this verse is that Jay-Z's rapping, like if you want to call it a good verse, a mediocre verse, whatever you want to call it, you cannot say, oh shit, man, okay, you're right, you did birth a couple of billionaires, and you're right, you sold coke,
but
and
did
now
he
you're
birth
selling
a couple billionaires though, for real?
Well, I mean, you can debate that all you want, but it's just like I said, but Lil Wayne's favorite rapper is Jay-Z.
Here's a question though, is Kanye West a bigger icon than Jay-Z?
Of course, a million times bigger.
Okay.
In my eyes, I think so.
No, well,
Kanye-
agreed. I mean,
Yeah.
branding is through the roof. Marketing is through the roof.
So Kanye West is the biggest rapper
Absolutely.
ever
and I don't.
in terms of iconic status.
Oh man, that's tough.
I don't think that Jay-Z is responsible for Kanye being a
Tupac's
billionaire.
pretty big in terms of like people,
Kanye
kids
is.
know who
Legacy
Tupac
wise.
is. Like kids still know who Tupac is, which is weird.
Because that's an icon. That's a real icon. Just like
Who's that?
Little Wayne's an icon. Little Wayne's such an icon that all these kids' favorite rappers look like Little Wayne.
Mm.
So what makes Jay-Z's range so
Little
broad?
Wayne,
What makes
Little
him
Wayne,
more
Little
recognizable than
Yachty,
Little Wayne?
little Weez, huh? Say what now?
He thinks
Sorry.
aligning himself with
You think
Beyonce.
aligning himself with Beyonce, aligning himself, well, not aligning, but bringing up guys like Rihanna, Kanye West.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes his range much broader than Little Wayne's. But Little Wayne brought Drake.
But Lil Wayne doesn't align himself with Drake as much as
He brought him on and
he
made him do
bounced,
his thing. That's a tough one, man.
Okay, but isn't that the same with Kanye though?
I think I don't even know if kids know that Kanye makes music. They just know he's a Kardashian. They know Yeezys. They know the Gap stuff.
He's part of that pop culture.
Okay.
He's created that.
Kanye West.
He's created a whole culture.
All right.
Yeah, Kanye West is like a meme. Like he's a soundbite.
Okay, so if Jay-Z is responsible for billionaires,
Yes.
right? Which is Kanye, he says Riri,
Yeah.
and he says LeBron.
Did he say LeBron?
He said basically. LeBron.
He said LeBron.
He said
So
it like he said it in a way that
if he's counting LeBron, right?
Okay.
It's him being responsible for a billionaire under his umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Then Ray J can say, "I'm responsible for billionaires."
So Ray J created Kanye West, basically. Is what you're saying. It makes sense if you connect all the dots.
That's science, yo.
Yeah,
You know
if
what?
connect
You know
all
what?
the dots, that
You know what?
actually
There you
makes
go, man.
Ray
Science.
J, Ray J.
sense.
Ray J in the
Ray
chat.
J.
God did. Ray J did.
Makes sense. Kanye wouldn't be who he is today.
Ray J
Remix.
did.
Yo, how many billionaires Ray J made?
Ray J made
Remix.
Yo, we need Ray J's opinion. What's Ray J?
We need a level of hierarchy with Ray J at the top and just all the people that he's brought on.
Yeah, yo, we need a Ray J coaching tree.
Say
Ray J at
word.
the top, everybody else falling into King J.
Okay, all right. Stop this nonsense. This is all Fitz's fault again. All right, you guys.
What's the one where you find out your ancestor? Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com.
23
and me.
23
That's it.
6
Yeah.
degrees of Ray J.
Lover one in the chat. Lover one in the chat.
Oh man, Jesus! I thought you wanted to ask them like real questions and stuff, guy.
This is as real as it gets, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. But see,
Real.
that's what I was saying.
This is
Right.
real. This is too
Lover
real.
one in the chat.
Oh,
23 and me.
That's
man.
innovative, Tadao. That's innovative. I like that.
That is pretty cool to know.
Yeah.
You can't see it.
What are you drinking? You guys, what are you drinking?
You
There,
can't see the comments.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
There we
oh, you can see it now.
Now we can see it.
All right. Well, today
Yeah.
I got pulled towards this bottle in a South African wine section of the LCBO. This one is called Graham Beck Brut Rosé.
Okay.
All right. And it's a Pinot Noir Rosé. In the pursuit of the perfect bubble at Graham Beck, our passion and pride shine through in every meticulous
How
step.
big is that bottle? She said.
You, if you only knew, only knew what's been going on.
Oh man.
If you only knew. Yes. Through in every meticulous step, the craft method cap classiques, which define elegance and complexity with its exuberant character and charming silver pink hue. This delightful rosé bursts with flavor of crushed red berries and hints of lime zest.
Do you taste all of that? Because I find like with wine, it doesn't. It's not entirely accurate. Do you taste the lime zest?
Sometimes, well, the lime zest, I'll have to taste it and see. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
Oh,
Let it help
brother.
out, man.
No, man. You know what? Cuz is up in here. Cuz is listening at least, or she's here. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, you
I'm a
fancy.
pro.
Huh?
I'm a pro. What are you talking
You
about?
fancy, huh?
I'm a pro.
You fancy, huh?
I'm a pro. 54 bottles in, 59 bottles in.
Oh man.
I zoomed in trouble. Anyways, all right. Watch this now. Today, I saw a post. You guys were talking about Amazon, something like
Yes.
that,
Yes.
right? So, and then we said we were going to talk about it. So, how about you explain that all to me? So, I saw a post receiving an Amazon box. What was in the Amazon box?
Good.
Uh-oh.
Guy with it.
Yo, we just learned how to get onto Amazon. We've been having some trouble getting onto Amazon. So right now we're not searchable on Amazon. So if you type in dual school on Amazon, you're not going to find anything. You'll find something, but it won't be us.
It won't be us.
It won't be us.
It won't be us.
You'll be buying the wrong products entirely.
So the issue is that we created this book, and the problem with Amazon is that they require specific dimensions for the book when you want to release it through them. Right.
Okay.
So the problem is that we have a book that's 8x10, right?
Is it 8x10?
Either way, the dimensions are reversed, and so it doesn't fit the requirements. So unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to put it on there to have them actually do the shipping from their fulfillment center. So what we have to do now is create an account, and then when somebody orders, we ship it from ourselves by ourselves manually.
Oh, that's perfect. That's
It works out. It
Yeah.
works out. It's just another level on top of what we need to do. That's the only issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's good. That's all fine and dandy.
But
But tell
we
me
got
about
We
but
got
more
to
about
make that we finally got there after 2 weeks of going back and forth with customer service, their IT, whoever it was we spoke with, and it's on there now.
And we like the dimensions of the book. We don't want to change.
No, the dimensions are dope. Like we like. That's the thing about it. We did everything to how we wanted to do it, not to specific specifications, how it's seen in chapters, nobles, or wherever.
It's kind of bugged out though that Amazon actually has preferred dimensions for books. I never knew that.
I think it's just to make it easier for them. So,
Amazon is a bookstore. Did you know?
Did you know? Yeah, no, absolutely. Of course, Amazon.
started in a garage.
In a garage. You saw that meme too, bro?
Yeah, man.
You know, Apple started a garage too.
Yeah. Disney.
I think so. Okay.
No, Facebook was in a dorm.
Someone's garage.
Watch the movie, man.
I watched the movie, guys. Social network guy.
Yeah, the movie sensationalized. It's probably in the garage still.
Astro was in the garage.
The movie was sensationalized.
Dramatic effect. They put it in the door.
Yeah.
You know it's a garage.
Let's glam it up a bit, guys. Let's put it in someone's dorm.
Okay, well,
laid out.
okay, so you guys have your book available to be purchased on Amazon. We have the link up. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, what I want to know is, how do you two even know each other?
Man, how you want to take you give me your side of the story, and then I'll give you mine.
Okay. So
Serendipity sounds like okay.
like technically I know of Kareem since I was a child because I've been going to fits since I was 8-9 years old in your basement, right? So technically I've seen Kareem around, but I didn't really know Kareem, you know.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because remember Jay used to bring me on his bicycle double riding to your house when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
So, yeah, Kareem would be around with the glasses and all that stuff. Knew him, but I didn't know him. But I really got to know him after Direct Energy, and everyone started connecting through there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Direct Energy. What's Direct Energy?
Direct Energy is a call center that's basically like high school part 2. If you missed out on anything in high school,
go to
Direct Energy, you get caught up right up to speed.
And then you're good.
You're good.
You're good.
You're right into it.
It's like high school part 2.
Oh man.
You
Yeah,
didn't do well in high school. You did okay in direct energy.
You know what? I was kind of jealous that I didn't get to go to high school with you guys at Direct Energy.
Yeah.
No, I was because like
And hey, high school too was awesome, man.
Yeah.
high school too.
It was
High school
awesome.
musical now.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a good time, man. And you know what? A lot of connections were made,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of friendships were.
A lot of people are married because of direct
Oh,
energy.
absolutely.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
people
yeah,
born
it's
through
true.
direct
Absolutely,
energy.
man.
High school part 2 for real.
Yeah,
man.
You know, a lot of people went off and did some really good things from that place as well. So
Absolutely.
For sure.
it did like foster a lot of good like jobs for a lot of people or
You could
careers.
say that direct energy is like the Ray J of call
I was just gonna say. 23andMe of direct energy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yo, that tree would be endless.
Endless.
Ray
Ray J. Yeah.
branches everywhere.
Direct energy is the Ray J of call centers.
Yeah, man.
Big facts though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
No, there's no call center that was like that.
Not that I know of.
No.
Not that I know of.
High school too. Wow.
High school part 2.
So how I got to Nick was basically yes, it was through direct energy, but we worked different shifts, and I think I was on my way out when Nick was coming in.
Mm.
So we didn't really have that friendship at that moment. But what happened is that we had a mutual friend, which was Reggie, because him and Reggie used to work same shifts. You guys used to, I don't know if they carpooled or whatever, but you guys were on the same shift. And then when we started going out at nights, then Nick and Reggie and a bunch of other guys from Direct Energy would come along. And then that's how we kind of built that connection.
Mm.
But the connection didn't really start there. The connection started probably 4 years back, 5 years. Around there, where it became me, Nick, and Reggie, because all of us had a few things in common, and we kind of built that bond between the three of us, and then we just kind of built a trio, and then that's how the connection became what it is today.
Was it your daughters?
In a sense, because we have a name for ourselves. We don't really tell people.
We don't tell people.
But
Don't share it then. Don't share it.
Well, people like within the circle know. Dia knows is originally it was Dudes Night Out because like we just decided we decided that we were gonna start we're gonna start going out, guys.
Yeah.
Like let's just start going out. I think it was before time to.
It was before my youngest daughter was born. So we call it.
So the name of the group is what?
Night Out, and then
Dudes Night Out in the chat, please. Dudes Night Out in the chat.
Things turned on us.
Okay, so listen. So the first Dudes Night Out was Gary Owen. He did a show at where's it there? By the X. There's a theater there by the X.
Yeah.
I forget what theater it is. Either way, it was supposed to be a few of us, but it dwindled down to 3 of us. Then went to the Gary Owen show and we just destroyed it. It was hilarious. And we're like, yo, we're not going home now, man. So we just started going bar hopping. We went to another comedy club or something else happened. We just started going out that whole night. We just went a bunch of places. And at the end of the night, we're like, yo, man, that was dope, man. That was fun. Yo, we got to do this again. And then we scheduled at least once a month, we'd go to one of each person's house and we'd cook, drink, and chill. And that's how basically Dudes Night Out started.
Sounds like Hot Tub Time Machine.
Sounds like no man from
you gotta wait. You gotta hold on for the punch. Hold on for the punch.
No man.
Hold on for the punch. So we started off as Dudes Night Out, okay? So we went to Joey's.
You know you're on the internet right now, right? I'm just asking. You're telling the story about Dudes Night Out. I just want to make sure you know you're on the internet.
Well, I know fully aware, bro. Listen, we went to Joey's at Shops on Don Mills.
Yeah. Feeling real good about it.
Feeling real good. Like we were like, yo, we went out, Dudes Night Out. We're getting our night started, and this and that. So we did a couple bars around there. So it's us 3, and then we're drinking at the table, we're taking pictures, and we're like, yo, Dudes Night Out, Dudes Night Out. And then you tell the rest of the story, man, because your
So-
reaction is the way to so much better.
So like we're really feeling ourselves at the time because like we had gone out like 3 times till that time, and then, like we were really feeling young and hip and happening. It's like dudes night out, and someone overheard us saying dudes night out, and they checked us. They chin checked us immediately. They go, dudes night out, more like dad's night out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then we became
That's
dad's night
not we were dad's night out ever since. We thought we were so cool, bro.
Don't worry, man.
Our wine, sipping our wine, talking out loud. We thought we were so cool.
We got you. It was a reality check. It was like, okay. That's
With your cufflinks.
And slacks. We thought we were so cool. She was like 21, waitress. Dude's night out. Dad's night out. It's like, oh my god.
That's
the realest of the real, man. The realest of the real.
And that's how we became Dad's night out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Paul called it hall pass. We all had a hall pass.
Oh man. If only everyone was as honest as that way, Chris.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that was great.
And that's why we wrote a children's book instead of going out.
That's how Dual School was born.
That's how it was. It's like,
That's how Dual School was
born. And that's how we formed Kids' Point of View.
Maybe we need to stop being so trying to be so young.
We're not 20 anymore, bro.
Oh, good night, Cindy.
Good night, Cindy.
All right. Shit.
So that's the story. How me and Nick met.
Perfect.
That's where you're supposed to segue, man. That's your segue.
Oh man.
Wow.
Well, thanks for sharing that, guys.
No problem.
That was awesome. So, since we are here,
Yeah.
you guys are the team that forms and creates Kids' Point of View.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know about Kids' Point of View, what it's all about, and how it came to be.
You want to start?
All right. Well, firstly, Kids' Point of View kind of started in my basement, not my garage.
Yo, you had a sensational. Not in the dorm room.
The dorm was in the basement, man. No joke. But yeah, it was during the pandemic, and it was like, I know Nick is a very creative guy. He likes to write. He writes a ton, and I was like, we gotta exploit that talent, man. We gotta do something with it. I mean, listen, everybody is off work, everybody's antsy, everybody's anxious. Like, let's do something. Like, why not? So I left it up to Nick to kind of create a story where we can kind of do something with it.
All right. So originally he asked me like, do you have any stories? So I was sending them out to publishers and sending manuscripts out and stuff like that. And it's difficult if you are an unknown. A lot of the publishing companies say no unsolicited manuscripts, or they only want an agent. But I was sending them anyway. I was just like, oh man, I'm dope, man. Like, I could send this, you'll like it. And nobody was really feeling it at the time. But Kareem was just like, yo, what about if we go the self-publishing route with one of your stories? And I was just like, if we're gonna do something collaboratively, like let's just do something fresh. Let's do something that I haven't written before, and we can reconvene and come back to it. And so since we were going through such a unique situation with the pandemic, I wanted to come up with something that was themed around the pandemic, but wasn't over the top about the pandemic. And we then got the inspiration to come up with Dual School from our daughters, because at the time, my daughter was going to school online, and Kareem's daughter was going to school in class, and they're friends. And so what we chose to do was to juxtapose their days and what their days look like. And but what ended up happening was that they gave us the bulk of the information as to what their days look like and how they're feeling during the days. And we started to understand that kids have a lot to say. Like if we were to write the book without their input, if we were to write the book without connecting with them, our book would kind of suck. Like we just be giving adults' point of view about kids' stories, which is what most adults do. And if like, unless you're like a total weirdo, like you're not gonna really capture, unless you're like Michael Jackson, like you know.
No, we can edit that out.
You can't capture what a child is thinking.
Dude, what was the voice? What was the voice? Yeah, Michael Jackson. What was that?
Oh, the Michael Jackson.
I know you're throwing out the voice for a second there.
I was like, I know what you're thinking. Do school.
You guys all went to grade 5 in the same school.
I missed high school too. Gee.
Oh man.
No, but like for real though, kids' point of view was just basically formed from the thought that kids have a lot to say, and if they don't have the expertise in writing per se, then they do have a wealth of information in terms of their stories, and they really do have a lot of unique and there's a lot of depth to their perspectives.
So the thing is, Dual School actually came before the name Kids' Point of View. So the book was created, and then as we're going through the manuscript of the book, reading through it, coming up with the actual storyboard for the book, that's when it spawned the idea of creating something where kids are the ones that are telling the stories as opposed to adults.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how that's how the name Kids' Point of View came up. Because what we did as well is there's a forum called Canscape where they actually have a lot of authors, children book authors. They go into these meetings and they discuss their book, they discuss events coming up, and they have guest speakers. And me and Nick would go on there once a month, right? And what we noticed is that, firstly, there was next to no Black representation in those forums.
It was like there'd be like 60 people to 80 people that would show up at the forums, and maybe like 3-4 Black people.
Yeah. And secondly, there's hardly any males. There was no Black males. Me and Nick were the only Black males in there. What we noticed was the demographics was older, 65 plus, white ladies, Caucasian, mainly Caucasian. Mainly Caucasian.
There wasn't a lot of representation. And the thing is too, like it's almost like they pigeonholed anybody else that was a minority was pigeonholed to whatever the minority they were. I'm writing about this book. And it's gonna be a book about being this. And there's nothing wrong with that. Representation matters, but I think we need to get to a point where we normalize stories that have minorities in them, and they don't have to be like, this is about my minority. This is about my ethnicity. It's just like we're writing a book about Dual School. It just happens to be 2 Black girls, and it happens to be multiracial characters in it. And I think that we need to get to that point where we could just tell stories, and it's just normal to see everyone in it.
So what we did is we used that as sort of a catalyst to build our name, because we're like, we have all these 65 plus telling the stories of kids. First off, what do you know about kids 5, 6, 7, 8 years old? Like, I mean, some of them may have granddaughters, grandsons, whatever, but we have firsthand experience.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And especially with Nick being a teacher, he has that experience on a daily basis because he's dealing with these kids day in and day out. And he started telling me stories about, there was the Syrians that came over last year. So he interacts with them a lot. And he brought up that story to me. And I'm like, listen, bro, the next story we do, it can be based around the Syrians coming to Canada.
Oh, Syrians, you said. Okay. I thought you said Syrians. Sorry, Syrians.
No. And what their experience was like.
Yeah.
We can get it from their point of view. And then it just started bringing up other ideas. And we realized we're getting it from their point of view, not ours. A kid's point of view is what we're getting it from. And that's when the name was born. Kid's Point of View.
No, that's awesome. I think it's very powerful. I just saying to share the points of view of a story from a child.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is
KPOV.
interesting. KPOV. So what did you guys? So in doing that, so now you're finding a way for the kid to tell their story, right? So what is it that you learned or maybe surprised you that the kid was trying to tell you? You know what I mean? Or what's their story?
So one thing we noticed, like Nick mentioned before, is kids don't have a voice. Mm-hmm. Right? Kids don't have a voice. I mean, we've talked about this a few times, and we gotta emphasize on it, especially with Sister Social. We did an interview with them about 2 weeks ago.
Big shout out to Cami 23.
Absolutely. Shout out to Cami. Shout out to Sister Social. We discussed that kids are usually just told what to do on a daily basis. And throughout the pandemic, they really had no voice. They really had no idea what was going on. It was a matter of, okay, you're not going to school today. Maybe you might start school next week. You might not. Oh, you're going to sign in. You're going online today. So what we've noticed is that these kids don't have a voice, and it builds a lot of anxiety, man. Like, it builds a lot of depression in these kids too, because it's like, I can even talk from experience, telling my daughter that, hey, you're not going to school today, you're going to do it online. And the faces that I got was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I could say that particularly during this time. So you got to think of like physiologically, like the brain and when it's the most malleable. So I think it's from from age 2 to like maybe age 10 or
something around
like age 8 or to age 10. So basically there's a time in which your brain kind of forms and starts retaining information. And if you're going through isolation and you're going through all of this stress and you're going through being apart from your friends and you're going through, because at the beginning at the onset of the pandemic, they were telling you they're pretty much like kind of put it in our heads that we're going to die or it's going to be like the apocalypse or whatever like that. And you can imagine like how stressful that is for a kid. Yo, personally, from my experience, when my grandmother used to watch like these Bible stories on TV, like 100 Huntley Street. Whenever they talk about like, yo, it makes me mad nervous, yo. They talk about like Day of Judgment. I thought it was tomorrow.
Of course.
Yo, I get it. So bummy.
I get it.
I'm not even joking, dog.
I get it. I 100% agree. Like these are morbid. It's like
super morbid, yo.
It's like the tone of his voice. Yo. It's just like the way the screen just goes black, and then they try.
Jesus come.
Yeah. You kidding me?
Yo, it was that used to honestly it used to scare me, dog.
I agree.
It used to scare me. So imagine being bombarded with the world is ending, the world is ending, the world is ending. If you get sick, you're gonna die pretty much every single day. And for a kid, and to be like susceptible to that at that age, I mean, it's gonna shape you, and like a lot of the fallout we're not gonna see, unfortunately, for maybe years down.
Yeah, you're right in that regard for sure.
Absolutely, and what makes it worse that some parents are overly anxious already prior to the pandemic. You understand? Now they're passing anxiety down to their kids. I'm still seeing parents that are overly anxious when their kids are out in public. You understand what I mean? So any illness that you may have been dealing with before throughout the pandemic is going to be amplified now.
Yeah, Tom said
it's going to be amplified, and it's just like we said, we're not going to see the repercussions of this for another few years. Like times are going to change. How people are taught is going to be changed because how people are perceiving things and how people are taking in information is just going to be so different because they've been isolated for so long. And even adults to this day, like I talk to people and they're like, yeah, man, I'm just chilling, since the pandemic, I've been taking it easy. So these are adults that can comprehend and understand. Now you're dealing with kids that can't understand or comprehend everything. Right. They're getting their anxiousness from their parents, and it's scary, man. It's scary.
I mean, even there's that, and then even as you say, the part where it's just not having that voice in such a crazy time, because as adults, right, it was tough. Like You know, the pandemic was tough for everybody. As much as somebody can say overall, you know, they came out good, they came out better as an adult, you still had control or could make decisions where as a young kid, you know, I got my kids are grown, right? Like you have, relatively speaking, you got younger kids than I do. And to be able to go through that situation, it's interesting, as just you saying that they don't have a voice in the time of the pandemic, and it was just already hard enough for us,
absolutely,
in general. So they're, you know, maybe they're sitting there and you're watching the news, hearing, like you say, the world's gonna blow up tomorrow, and they're just in the back. They might be on their iPad, but they're hearing that the world's going to blow up tomorrow. You know what I mean?
They're taking in everything.
How do they process that as a little itty bitty kid, right?
If you look back at some of the best and most the moments that shaped your life, especially around the ages of maybe 5 to 12 or whatever, it all kind of gravitates around going outside and being with your friends and the social things that you had.
Absolutely.
School to me, school is more about being a social. It's more about socialization than it is about education. Yes, education is the front, and me being a teacher saying that is probably not the best endorsement, but school is is about socializing, how to interact with each other in society. That's exactly what it's about. And when
that was kind of the tough part for me in regards to the pandemic, when everybody had their kids home, right? I was concerned about kids in how are they going to learn who they are among their peers.
Absolutely.
Right? How are they going to because everybody's like learning their positions, right? Because when everybody's home, when all the kids are home, they are playing the one position. They are, the subordinate to their parents. They're, like, yes, mom, yes, dad, whatever, right? But when they're out among their peers, now they're developing their hierarchies. Now they get to decide who they're going to be among their peers. But with the pandemic there was none of that allowed for them, right?
Right.
So I was like, that was one of the concerns I had, is like, who gets to be the bully? Who gets
the guy that was the best at Call of Duty?
Seriously,
do you know?
Like 8 of them.
Who gets to be the nice kid to break up the fights? Who gets to be who gets to develop these personality traits? You know?
Yeah. Like we're saying, at that age, like between the 4, 5 to 10 years old, very crucial years.
Yeah, for sure.
Very, very crucial years. They keep saying, "Oh, kids are resilient. Kids are resilient." They made it through the pandemic. Yeah, they made it through, but we haven't seen any of the repercussions yet.
I think people confuse being quiet and being able to get through something with being resilient.
Right.
Just because you could take 10 shots to the face doesn't make you resilient. It just, you could just take 10 shots to the face. It doesn't mean that you're good. It just means, you're not dead.
Yeah.
That's all it means. And I think that we look at kids.
Now's not the time, buddy. Now's not the time, buddy. You got plenty of chances.
You see that there? Denise JoJo, that is like 75% professional. That is good. That is good.
Yeah.
You guys were Michael Jackson in here a second ago. Don't be talking to me like that, all rude and shit, y'all.
You can't be out.
I gotta stay on brand.
No, but seriously, no, it's legit, man. It's legit. We got so that's why with the program that we're trying to create now with the school board.
Okay.
That's what me and Nick are actually working on, is to go into these schools, go into these libraries, have read-alongs, and then give kids a chance to speak.
Right.
Give them a chance to say what's on their mind. You understand what I mean? We're going to do a read-along with the book, and then we're going to have a series of questions, and then we're going to have them elaborate on those questions. Based off how they answer, we take that data, and then we pass it on to their teachers, to the librarians. We pass it on to their caregivers, whoever it may be, and they can use that data to actually teach the kids, or know how to teach the kids better, or know what's missing in the classroom, right? Because a lot of kids just sit there in the back and just how you say, take the shots to the face, man, and they have no idea what's going on, but they're just there because they have to be there.
Yeah.
They're not interacting, not socializing. They're just there.
I think that if you don't ask the questions, a lot of the time, I guess I'll use the word trauma. The trauma just kind of just sits there, and they don't. I think processing trauma is important, and the pandemic for all of us, it's a traumatic experience, and it's all we need to talk about. And if we're not asking the questions, kids are not going to readily volunteer that information.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. So, and your books will be about the ability to have children express themselves in all types of. Whether is it like a mental health initiative? Like your books, are they all like mental health focused or?
Yes.
Themed?
Yes, absolutely. So that's what. So when I was mentioning the series of questions that we're going to be asked, these are all things that kind of tap into how the child is feeling. You know, are they feeling isolated? Are they feeling accepted when they're at school? Are they feeling like they're understanding, like what's being taught? So it gives them a chance to talk. So what we've learned is that you can't just force the answers out of them. You gotta kind of be discreet about it and have them open up voluntarily, not just try and grab the information from them. Because when you try and ask them just blatant questions, they're not going to want to answer, and they won't answer they won't answer fully. They won't answer honestly.
Because we could be asking them the wrong questions too, right? It sounds like you're giving them the opportunity just to speak their mind.
Correct.
Right? Because we don't know what that is, right? We don't know where they want to go with it. Sorry.
Nick. And when you depersonalize it by making it about the characters and not about them themselves, then you get the information that's innate, that's inside of them, right? Because they're like, okay, I'm not talking about me, myself. I'm just talking about this character. But you're really talking about yourself because you're really giving an opinion on what you would do in this situation, right? Although we were all in this situation, right?
Absolutely.
No, I hear that. That's good. It's interesting because I think especially for young kids to be able to express themselves is important, but for us as adults to just simply understand that we have to listen, you know what I mean? And we have to give them that opportunity, because whether kids want to speak or not, right? First of all, there's the kids that want to speak that don't have the opportunity. And then there's also kids that don't know that they can speak, right? So then we have to look at those kids to be able to say, hey, you know, you can do this too, or this is something that you're able to do. And, you know, as parents, being able to show them that there's a certain way to do things, and you can do this, right? Maybe they just don't know sometimes, all right? They don't know what they don't know until we teach them that.
So we had like a trial run of a workshop we did with a collective called Black Book Fair, a series of Black women authors that came together, and we had put on we had done a workshop called Step in the Right Direction, which was kind of like a template for what we want to do eventually. I can let Kareem tell the story because he knows more about it.
Well, so basically what it was now is that we had a workshop, and we had about 25 kids. And the premise of the workshop was to get the kids in the workshop to actually have them create their own stories. They're going to do stories, they're going to do illustrations, awesome. and it's whatever they want to do the story on. It's totally up to them, right? And we had the workshop, and when we were presenting ourselves, myself and Nick actually asked a few questions in regards to how were you feeling during the pandemic? Who was excited to go back to school, and who enjoyed online class and things of that sort? And it was an overwhelming response to the people that did not enjoy online class. Who was excited to go back to school?
All of them.
And all the kids had their hands up. You know what I mean? So it just goes to show, and this was just a small segment of kids. You understand what I mean? So, and of the 25, I would say 25 of them raised their hands and was excited to get back into school. Yeah. You understand? So it was just crazy to see that these kids have been isolated, been quarantined, been online school for so long, and they had no choice but to do it.
Then we also asked, how were they feeling during the pandemic? Like, just open forum. Some kids said lonely. Some kids said sad. Some kids said like things around things around being lonely and sad all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's because they were asked,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you uncover all that stuff.
If you don't ask them, they won't tell.
Yeah. And that workshop kind of served as a template as to how we want things to, like this workshop was about writing whatever you want to write. But the way that we envision things in the future is having these workshops built around our books and built around questions pertaining to mental health. So these weren't necessarily about mental health. They were just write what you want to write.
Right.
But having workshops with our books and having a mental health focus is where we would like to take things.
Absolutely. And like we say, we're using our characters as kind of a disguise to have them talk about how they're feeling. You get what I mean? Yeah, base the questions around the character and have them say, "Oh, how do you feel about this situation? What would you do differently, or how would you approach the situation?" Type of thing. Yeah.
No, that's good. So let me ask you a quick question. So you're doing all this. I'm sure you're talking to the kids, probably maybe talking to the parents as well sometimes a little bit as you're going through this whole process. So how did the kid comes out of their shell or whatever because you guys are asking questions? Then what's the parents' reaction to that? Like, do you have parents that are just like mind blown? Do you have parents that are just like?
So I could speak on like with this workshop. So there was one parent in particular, like she's a friend of mine, and she had gone out to go get some food while we were doing the workshop, and her daughter actually volunteered to go up and present her story. And I threw the video on, and I sent it to her after. She's like, "Yo, this is crazy. My daughter doesn't like I can't believe my daughter volunteered to go up and she wanted to present. Like that's such a big boom for her confidence and for her self-esteem. I'm so glad that this happened. Like all the parents were super like gung ho that we were doing this, and it was free. It was just something we were doing just to pilot it and to give back to the community. But I think that parents are very excited because parents don't come into their kids' classroom. This is not like 1995 where like mommy shows up at McDonald's or whatever, right?
McDonald's,
so,
Oh my god!
Nah, my mom did not.
With some orange drink.
Oh, some orange.
Some orange drink.
Yo, I was just PB&J, man. Mom was at work. Yo, but like certain moms came every single day, man.
Oh yeah,
pizza, KFC, McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
so jealous, yo.
Mean parents.
Yeah.
Why would they do that to everybody else?
Why would they do this? And yo, that was honestly, I think that was the origin of player hating right there.
That's the origin.
And that was the story of how player hating. Yo, when we got there, I see.
Don't hate me because I got this burger.
Yo, there was a kid named Simon. Shout out to Simon. He used to always get pizza every day.
Wherever you are right now.
And whenever like people, because people always used to want to have something from him, so he'd just take off a piece of pepperoni and give it to like. In retrospect, it's almost like he's the king of England. It's like, here you go, simpletons.
That's legit though. Kids would do that.
Yo.
Kids would do that. Yeah, take out one pepperoni.
Here's your pepperoni.
Now leave. Shoot.
Cool it now. It's orange drink, not drink.
Juice.
Drink. Just for clarification.
I know that.
Oh man, kids say the darndest things.
Kids.
Well, okay, so you guys were inspired to do this this project, Dual School, and then you guys through that birthed the idea of the whole concept of the whole publishing forum called Kids Point of View. Now, your inspiration got you guys started. I know that when you're building things, sometimes things get tough. What is it that motivated you guys to push through the tough times?
I would say honestly, like knowing, because so I guess Kareem, you can tell the story about the Kickstarter, but I'll just like say that Kickstarter for me, you can tell the story of what Kickstarter is, but Kickstarter for me was basically that was my motivating factor to keep going, because knowing that we have so many people that were supporting us through this whole endeavor, that you know that you have to show out at that point. So I mean,
talk to us about that.
Yeah. So what the Kickstarter is now, it's basically it's like a GoFundMe. Okay, so GoFundMe is it's like a fundraiser. I guess is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Well, Kickstarter is different in that GoFundMe is like kind of like I'm in this bad situation and like if like I need like as much money.
Yeah, Kickstarter is more like I got this wicked idea.
Exactly, right. So it's like project initiative. More like a project initiative. So what we did is we started the Kickstarter, and what we did is we had a commercial done, 1-minute video. We had social media blasts, email blasts, everything going on for this Kickstarter, and our goal was to raise $9,500. Okay, and we had 2 months to do it.
Yeah, we had 6 weeks.
6 weeks. We had 6 weeks to get it done.
Who gives you a timeline?
Sorry?
Who gives you the timeline?
It's through Kickstarter. Yeah, so they give you a certain like a threshold. You can either do like a 4-week, 6-week, or 8-week.
Okay.
So what we did, we decided that 8 weeks is too long, 4 weeks is too short, 6 weeks is the money spot. Gave us enough time to do advertising, gave us enough time to think of more ideas of how we can bring in more pledges. So that's how it started now. And I mean, the Kickstarter itself was actually, it was crazy. It was like we actually hit our goal, and we actually exceeded our goal by a couple $1,000s. And it was just the process alone of doing that Kickstarter and seeing how much people were interested in our idea. It just kept us going. Like there was times where we're like, man, I don't know if we're gonna hit it. I don't know if we're gonna hit it. I don't know if we're gonna hit it. And like 2-3 days before the campaign finished, we're like, yo, we're gonna hit it, man. Yeah. We're gonna do more than hit it. You understand what I mean? And like people just coming through the woodworks. And the best thing about that campaign was the amount of connections that were built and the amount of connections that were rekindled. You understand what I mean?
Awesome.
People that I didn't even know were following us, seeing what we're doing. We're throwing money.
That's community right there.
Isn't that the craziest shit though? I think
it is the craziest thing.
Ubuntu in the chat. Ubuntu in the chat.
It's like, how do you even know we're doing this? I haven't talked to you in years.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And
somebody just messages you and says, "Yo," like just out of the blue, right? Like
out of the blue.
I have people now just messaging me every now and then. They're like, "Yo, when you said that on the show," I'm like,
"How do you know that?
You watch the fucking show, man." You know, like, and then I'm like, thank you.
Right? Yeah,
but
absolutely.
But those moments you recognize because they just come out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's just that is cool. Yeah, then some Ubuntu in the Bumbleclat chat.
Yeah.
Ubuntu. I'm allowed to say Bumbleclat?
I think so.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's after dark. Shit.
But no, that was legit the best part of the campaign. Just the fact that we were connecting with people that we haven't connected with in years. You know what I mean? And that's what kind of kept us motivated. And once we hit our goal, we're like, yo, it's go time.
Yo, shout out to Direct Energy High School Part 2. Yeah, they were a big help.
They came tough.
Huge.
They came through in the clutch.
Yeah.
They're just like, yo, anybody who's Direct Energy alumni.
Yep.
Big shout to High School Part 2. We need to do High School Part 3.
Oh boy.
I think I'm ready.
High School Part 3.
What would that even look like?
I don't even know what that would look like.
What would that even look like?
High School Part 3 is probably like some geriatric stuff.
High School Part 3 is DNO.
DNO.
Yeah, that's what High School Part 3 is.
Yeah, it's night out. GNO, Grandpa's night out.
Bunch of gray head fools doing the fucking the bus stop.
Don't hate.
I'm not. What do you mean? That we were talking about a good night out. Everybody doing the right? I'm just saying, right?
You know what? I realize I actually cannot help myself.
No,
I cannot.
That's a lie. That's a
No,
lie.
no, it's not a lie.
That's a lie.
I know. I realize I can't help myself.
I don't think
That's
you
a
can.
lie.
Honestly, better. I don't think you can.
Guy, he walked in. Kareem, man.
I don't think
Listen,
so.
This guy walked. So, what do you think? So, let me ask you this. You know him very well, right? What would you think would happen if, as he was walking up in the spot, right?
Okay.
Like, as soon as he walked through the door,
Yeah.
he went, right? That's what he
Yeah.
heard when he walked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then his second step went, right? Right? And then as soon as he walked, like from the door to the dance floor was like 3 steps, right? So he walked it, right? Right?
The cute. It's cute. It's
Right? So,
walking
right?
good.
Like he just had to hit it like,
Yeah.
right? He just had to hit it, right? Because people were ready for it.
Oh,
Right?
man.
And then this guy, he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go to the washroom." Right? He had it perfectly set up. So don't tell me I've seen it.
Oh,
Right?
man.
I know usually blah blah blah, etc. etc.
Yeah,
But nah,
yeah.
man. We had
That-
as soon he got the frisk at the door, and then they turned and he said, "Go." They said, "Go ahead." Super smart. Right? It's your time now.
We did
It's your
this for
time
you.
The
now.
DJ went bah, 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 and then and this guy said, "I'm going to the washroom."
Oh, man.
No, yeah, that was crazy.
No,
That's crazy.
no.
I'm gonna walk into the party like Candy was my theme music, like a psychopath.
Yeah.
Down the there's like a wrestler guy, a wrestler.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna come from the ceiling like what's his name, like the crow.
And rappel down into the electric slide.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Nah, what do you mean? That's perfect, yo.
No,
Oh, man.
I gotta be there in the party with everybody.
And I
then
think
go,
that's
come
why
on,
he went to
y'all, let's
washroom.
do it. Huh?
I think that's why he went to, because the setup was way too perfect. He's like, no, this is too
this is
cliche.
too-
now.
yeah,
That
this
was becoming cliche.
Yes,
You can't
yes,
do this.
yes.
No?
You
It's
get
like, where's
me.
Tyler Perry?
Oh, man. He's like, no, this is too much. Take one for Poppy show. That's what it's like. No, man,
You take my pit poppy, sure.
Like, no. I'm going to the washroom. I'm going to the washroom.
Yo, Denise.
Denny's.
If you call me a line dancer one more time, you see.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck.
Yo, delete that from the chat.
Nah.
Don't call me no line dancer.
No,
Yo.
you remember? You're the one that told me we can't delete nothing. I remember. Just press record, yo. I was thinking about that the other day. Yo. You were the just press record guy.
Yo, line dancer? Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
That's wild.
You're great at that line dancing, Fitz.
That's wild.
Oh, man.
That's wild. So yeah, so we said that the Kickstarter exceeded our expectations, not only financially, but just the way that the community got together and support you guys' cause. That's how I feel when there's more than 5 people in this chat every week.
No, true fucking story, man.
Right?
Oh, man.
Or like when somebody like just reposts a thing, guy.
Oh, there's 6 people today. I gotta
I gotta show out.
Hey, guy, we were up to 8. All right, shit, we were up to 8. We were up to 8.
Oh, man.
You just help the algorithm, man. That's all.
Oh, man.
We don't
No,
do
but
for the.
it's good though. Like so I mean, the way that you guys' story came about, the way that you guys met, the way that you guys have come up with this concept, and even the project with getting into the school, I didn't know that about that stuff, and
Cool.
that's some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good stuff. Your daughters, like, how do they feel about being involved in this project?
Wait, you guys we got all daughters down there in that little square? All daughters? 100% daughters? Cream, I know Cream does have. Nick, you got daughters? Just daughters as well? Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'm a girl dad as well. I also have a son, but I was going to ask you about that. But sorry, Fitz. Remind us of the question now. Sorry, I was just clarifying.
No, I'm just wondering how do your daughters feel about being authors, and and how do you guys feel about getting your daughters involved in this?
I think getting them involved is something that they're gonna look back on it like years from now. Years from now, when they're in their 20s or 30s, they'll be like, "Dad, my dad put me in a book." Like how many dads could like my dad took time to talk to me about putting me into a book? Because right now, I mean, Kareem's been asked this question. He said it like Bella says, a notch in her belt. For my daughter just like she's obsessive over the details, saying my hair ain't like this, my friends ain't like this, and all that kind of stuff. But I think that the idea of fathers and daughters together collaborating, that's going to be something that's never lost on them, and that's going to be something that when they grow into young women, they'll be like, "Whoa, my dad really did this with me, and he really put me into a book." And that speaks volumes to how my dad views me and and the value that he has for me.
And like Nick was saying, with my daughter, it's I don't think they understand like how this is a pretty big deal.
Right.
Of course.
It's a pretty big deal.
Of course.
And to them, I guess because of age or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's age.
Yeah, it's just basically age. They don't understand how big of a deal it is. Not to say we sold million book around the world, but I mean,
you made a book, man. You're
an author.
To get a colored book stapled together, that's a big deal, bro.
You're in a book. You are going to be in this book forever. No one can take that from you. That's this is your story in a book. That's Naima's story.
This is your story. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you are going to be remembered some way, somehow, regardless.
Yeah.
So, but like I'm saying, the impact of it, they don't realize right now. But like Nick was saying, I think once they reach a certain age, these things will be like, they'll sit back and be like, wow, that was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, because for me, I look back and I saw my father never put me in no books. So
you've been hurt ever since.
It's been harsh.
It's been a road to recovery for years.
Some old wounds are open up with that one.
Like that, man. You ain't put me in no book,
put me
bro.
in no book, Dad.
Oh man.
Jeez.
My dad didn't put me in no book neither.
Oh man. It's a big deal, but like I said, I think it's just age. But the fact that, like Nick was saying once again, that we work with them to get their point of view, to have them put in a book. This is something once they reach their teenage years, I think they'll appreciate it more because they'll understand. They'll understand. Right now, I just don't think they understand how cool this is.
I think it may hit them the most when they have their kids and they can read this book to their kids.
Okay.
Because then you'll
start
like,
reading it and they're like, you know what, baby?
Yeah.
There's your mama right here.
It's your mama.
This is me.
Maybe they'll.
You know what? I think
they're gonna do different things with their kids too, right?
I think even before that, there's still that stage of awareness because, I mean, for the most part, y'all's kids are young, right? So they're still seeing it from, they can't see it, right? Like you guys are saying right now, they can't see how big it is and how important it is to even, kids of color in the book, right? Things like that. They can't see it. But so even getting to an age of just awareness of what that even means. So to be a 17, 18, 19-year-old kid before they have kids, just to have that piece, right? Like, because that's what I find now, right? Like that's where my kids are at, where it's just like, oh, I get that. I understand that. They understand it on a different level now, right? So they can see that piece to it even before they're big adults and whatever it is, right? So I think it's important, and I think, for you guys, it's weird because like the whole girl dad thing, like I get it, but I also don't get it. you know, in terms of this is for me, it's just the way it is, or because my daughter is my first child, right?
Mhm.
So I don't know what it's almost like. What else do you do? How else is it?
Right.
How
No,
else
I
should
get
it
it.
be?
Yeah,
Right?
well,
Right. You know what I mean? It's not
I
like
totally get what you're saying. Like how else are you supposed to treat your daughter but treat her like a daughter?
Yeah.
or treat her like my child, I
Yeah,
guess, or
right.
treat her like because I'll tell like she's more like me than my son is. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's more of like a killer. You know,
Yeah.
like when she plays sports, she's like dropping elbows and stuff like that. You know, that kind of stuff. Or my son like don't want to bump into people.
Yeah,
You know, he's playing, but he don't want to bump into people. But she'll like just right. She'll drop an elbow on people, and she's more like, you know, when she's out, I know she's good and about. I know she's seen it, and she's learned, and she's got that little bit of whip spot to her. Right?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
As more than not necessarily
That's a
more than,
spot.
but it's just different. It's different, right? So I just find it weird when people, because somebody asked me one day, he was like, "Your daughter plays like video games?" Right? This is like 5 fucking years ago, bro.
Well,
Right?
a lot of people still think like that. Like,
right? And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, yeah, man, she on Call of Duty every night, she will murk you. Right? you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And this guy, like, your daughter plays video games? I'm like, get out of here, man. Yeah. Like, so it's just that perspective is weird. So I don't know I don't know if you guys see it that way ever, being solely girl dads.
Well, I'll say like being a teacher. I mean, I teach the 8th grade, and I'll say that unfortunately, to this day, sexism is still like a rampant thing. Like it's very rampant. Like boys will say things and act a particular way that isn't cool. It's not representative of 2022.
Yeah.
And it's something that we're continuously trying to dispel and trying to grow.
Say that again. Say that again.
That as a teacher right now, I can say that sexism is still a rampant thing in 2022. Like especially when you look at sports, like even some of the jokes that they make some of the times, talking about what they want to be when they get older and stuff like that. There's and some of it is on purpose and some of it is innately like it's almost like structural. Yeah, it's structural sexism. So I mean, having a dad there to dispel a lot of that and to show them, you know, like that's nonsense is I think is important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is important because like I said, you know, you teach them how you teach them. You're teaching them about life, not as your kid, as your child, as you know these things. And then in the system, as you say, that is something that we have to kind of break. So it's good that you guys you're doing it yourselves and then allowing your kids to do it as well too, right? So that's something that's very, very important, I think, for the future, man, because it's a tough world out there. I don't know, I find it to be a tough world out there. But just imagine,
kids don't got it easy at all.
From their demographic specifically.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Hot take.
I mean, she's quite dominant in her sport.
Could be all time.
Serena Williams, the best athlete of all time.
All time.
Across the board. I don't know about across the board. It's tough, man.
I think
it's a tough conversation.
You know, honestly though, I think that
she's a G though.
She's dope. But
she's my tennis player.
I think people don't give Usain Bolt the kind of God status he deserves. Like it's just what he's done is just not close. It's not even close. Like what he's done is not even close to what anybody like people don't. If he was American, it'd be a different story. I'm telling you right now.
That's true.
What Usain Bolt has done is so far ahead of what anyone else has done athletically. Ever for so long too. How many Olympics? 3 Olympics. 3 Olympics.
Yeah, that's incredible. That is incredible.
3 Olympics, man.
So that's over a 12-year span.
It's minimum. Minimum what?
Okay.
You could have it. Yeah. But
good night, Cammy.
Night, Cammy. Yeah, Bolt's ill still. Yeah, Serena's a G, but
Serena's dope. but Usain Bolt is so much better than everybody.
But like I said earlier, it's right when you're talking about this now, or like you're not saying it's not Serena doesn't mean Serena's a 5 out of 10.
No,
Saying it's not, saying it's not Serena means it's a 9.96 now. You know what I'm saying? So, but like for me, Serena is the women's tennis player. But then because like how many sports do you look across and just say that's the person? No, and they're almost people just like, all right, cool. Like for example, and I'm gonna say this, I don't care what anybody says, honestly. Like this is probably the most undisputed thing to me is Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Wayne Gretzky.
There's no
Wayne Gretzky, undisputed.
He was nice, but he's not Wayne Gretzky.
Is there
right? No, absolutely. Nice. So Kareem, okay. Somebody's gonna fact check this. I'm gonna get it right. It's one or the other. But you in hockey, you got goals and assists, and then that equals how many points you have, right? Right. You can take away all of Gretzky's goals, I think. Right?
Yeah.
He would still be the leading scorer in the NHL.
What?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Leading point getter.
Yeah. What?
So you could it's either you can take away the goals or you can take away the assists.
No,
whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's the goals. Whatever it is, you can take it away, and he's still the leading point getter.
That's intense, actually.
Done.
Wow.
Yeah, that's intense.
Right?
That's intense. Done. That's intense.
So and when I say like I say, Serena is the best women's tennis player, right? Now, because now we got to be specific. And that's
not really arguable.
No, that's not arguable. I don't.
Right. So Gretzky is just people can argue that certain players had a certain span in hockey that was better than this, like Lemieux, wicked in Lemieux's time and Lemieux's story and all that good stuff. Crosby, Hull back in the days, old Hull or whatever. Yo, man, you can take away Gretzky's goals.
Yeah. Tiger Woods could have been that guy.
Could have.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Yeah.
He got hurt. He got wifey. He
stopped hanging out with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, too much back end stuff.
Yeah.
Too much back end stuff.
Yeah. So you got to. That's where you got to start with. How many people can just say you're done? You're the don in your sport, and nobody's going to argue with you.
So is Serena Williams that much farther ahead of her competition than the male counterpart?
Not
to their
Who's
competition.
the best male tennis player ever?
In male tennis?
Federer the best
That'll be Federer.
Male tennis, you could argue
Djokovic?
Probably more people. You could argue 3 guys right now. You could argue 3 current players.
Federer
right now.
and Djokovic, right?
That's now, right? How about like Pete Sampras?
Right, like right now, you could argue Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic as the best of all time.
Boris Becker's not in that list?
Boris Becker's my gangster. Nobody can argue Boris Becker. I'll take Boris Becker one-on-one. Boris Becker in his prime. I'll take him.
You can't tell
one time. One. He'll take you out.
Boris Becker.
Sampras, gangster. Me and my moms used to watch a lot of tennis, man. Me and my moms used to watch tennis all the time. So I still watch tennis till this day.
That's awesome. I never watched any sports.
You should bet on tennis.
I never watched any sports with my mom.
Becker beat Lendl, that's for sure.
Yeah. The only time I watched sports with my mom was when Dwayne Wade started getting popular, and all the girls like, oh, he's so cute, Dwayne Wade's so cute. And then all of a sudden I hear my mom walking in the room, what, Dwayne Wade's so cute. I'm like, what? You too?
Oh man.
No, me and my mom's watched a lot of sports, so
that's dope.
My mom, she can watch a good baseball game. She gets into baseball because I used to play baseball when I was young.
I watched baseball with my mom.
Yeah.
She watches
baseball
tennis.
is like the ultimate old people sport.
It is the ultimate old people sport.
What's that?
Yeah.
Baseball?
Old people can follow baseball.
Yo, listen. Baseball. When Dad used to watch baseball, he would have TSN going. Then you'd have the radio 590.
Oh yes.
Bro. You'd have you'd be watching the game.
590 was
and
the
you
lick,
play-by-play in the background. Oh,
that's
my
dedication,
gosh.
yo.
Oh, I just remember that guy's voice. What was it?
Tom Cheek.
Is it Tom Cheek?
Yeah.
Yo, the
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
was so distinct, man. Oh my gosh. I couldn't forget that, man. Sundays were terror in the house, man. I just
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
all
Swing and a
day.
miss.
all
Wait a
day.
minute. He's asking for time and he's adjusting his hat. It's just like they'll have like baseball's the only sport where like 99% of the time they're doing nothing.
Nothing. So just just imagine how much random banter that the two of them are talking about between
goodness.
plays.
They have to talk so much.
Oh my
Did you guys did sport impact your guys' lives at all?
Yeah, I was, and just getting back to the pandemic, you would say that sports gives a lot of sports gives people confidence. Sports gives people it kind of establishes a pecking order too when you're playing sports. And because of the pandemic, no one's playing those sports, right?
Teaches you hierarchy too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man.
What sport did you play, Mr. Nick?
I played everything. I played first sport. I played hockey as a kid from like 5 to like 9 years old. I played baseball from 9 to 10. I played basketball from like 10 to like 14, and I played football from 14 to 16.
And then 69, you would play a hater.
At 16, I just started hating. I played hating. 16, everybody got better than me, and I said, forget it.
And you, Mr. Kareem, what kind of sports were you involved in?
Oh man, anything and everything, man. Like soccer to start.
Soccer, oh yeah.
Foot hockey. I never did ice hockey.
Hockey.
I could never skate, man.
Aren't you going to the NBA right now, guy?
Oh shoot, we went to Atlanta like 4 years ago, and we went to Cascades at and you know the movie ATL.
Yeah.
With things. Kareem did a 1-2 skate. He's like, I'm sitting up.
Yo, I know my strengths, bro. That was not one of them. That was not one of them. Yeah, man. That was funny still. But yeah, man, never did any ice hockey, but baseball, softball, soccer, basketball, volleyball, ultimate frisbee.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, man, I was on the ultimate frisbee team in high school, man.
This guy's gonna be like, I was the #1 geocacher.
What?
This guy's coming with all the sports guy with all the trophies, man. This guy's going to go in the cold cellar and pull out all your trophies. Grade 7 cross country, second.
Oh man. In the cabinet.
What do you guys play? What sports you guys play growing up, man?
I played baseball growing up for a minute, and then basketball.
Really, Michael Jordan.
Who, you?
You.
No, you're Michael Jordan.
Baseball and
you're not Michael Jordan anymore. Yeah. Baseball. If I kept playing baseball, I'd be in the NBA right now.
Right now, he says. Right now. He says right now.
Right now. My kids are old enough. My kids will be in the NBA like LeBron, guy. You'll see it right now. Trust that, yo. They'd have all the training. All right, hold on, everybody. Thanks, Mrs. Ron C. I saw it, Mrs. Ron C, but thanks, Mrs. Ron C. So you guys at 11:11, right? 11:11, it's like a cosmic number, like some good juju shit like that, right? So at 11:11, everybody in the chat, some people subscribe. See, Mrs. Ron C's got an emote. They're gonna drop the emote at 11:11. We're gonna put all good vibes. We're gonna put the initial good vibes, because after they do it for themselves, you can take that good vibe that you're looking for. But this is all for the good fathers out there. Present pops. It's 11:11 right now, everybody. 11:11's in the chat. Present pops that are doing things for their children Simple as that. A little bit of good vibes for those people. Everything else, y'all, you can take the whole 11-11 off to yourselves, but this is to the fathers, and that's all I got for the fathers. All good juju for them, because that's important, I hear, and it seems to make an impact. So you all keep it up. I'm going to keep it up. Fitz, you keep it up. Anybody in the chat.
I'll do my best.
All the fathers out there, we're going to keep it up as best as we can to be a good example. So that was my 11-11.
A good Fitz, beacon of light for the young ones looking for their way.
You got 13 seconds left, Fitz. What do you got in 11-11? What else you got? Anything else, Fitz?
All I got is I just try to be a beacon of light for those looking for their way.
Giddy up. 11-11's over, Fitz. Big up to 11-11.
Breathe out.
Breathe that shit out.
Breathe out.
Water, man. I'm on water, man. Shit. Smoke. Drank. I'm on the water. Oh. Whew. What else, man? So, Kareem, I thought you were going to the NBA for real, man.
No, man. You know what? It's just time, man. This book was taking up all my time. I couldn't find any time.
You're getting a little bit old, man.
Yeah, I'm getting old too. The knees are
I can put you through a regimen, man. I can get you back.
Man, I don't need a regimen. Recovery time is not the same. It's not the same.
I'll put you on the Coach Jamie McNeely plan, guy.
What plan is that now?
I don't know. I hear it's tough. I hear it does wonders.
Yeah,
it makes you cry. You come out on the other side stronger.
You're hilarious.
Oh man.
No, man, we appreciate you guys coming on. So everybody in the chat. So again, Kids Point of View. We are now officially live on the Amazon as well.
Yes, sir.
So big up to you guys for truly giving. I know there's the focus on daughters as well, like I said, but just for giving your children, regardless, and being present and giving people a voice or a different understanding of all this that is happening as well, right? Because like I said, the pandemic was tough for everybody.
Yeah.
And we had a voice, and I think at times we didn't feel heard during the pandemic, even being able to speak our stuff, right?
Yep.
So again, not being able to speak your stuff regardless is a huge thing. So when you guys keep on telling that story, it's very, very, very important. Thank you, Mrs. Ron C, for popping that up in the chat.
Thank you, Ron C.
Man, I like Tuesdays. Tuesdays are good days.
It's a great day. Tuesday is a great day. Yeah, for sure. Cause we get a lot of love. We get to be around family. We get to be around this community that just adds strength, wind beneath our wings, and inspiration. So everybody in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. A Piece in the Break Room. This one here again is episode 59. We had this great conglomerate.
Powers combined?
Yeah.
Captain Planet?
Captain Planet. Oh, good. Oh, man. So what do we got? So we had the thing up there. So good for that. Who's on the Boom Boom chat tomorrow? Mrs. Ron C and Denise Jojo quickly. Who's on the Boom Boom tomorrow? Who's that? Do we have that? Do I know that?
Tomorrow they got Reggie Waterman.
Reggie's back tomorrow?
Reggie is in the Boom Boom chat room tomorrow.
We were talking about Reggie a little bit earlier, everybody, right? So Reggie's back. Hundo. This weekend.
Next week, Kareem and I will be on the Boom Boom chat room.
Oh, wow. That's exciting.
Doesn't wear the same shirt?
Let's see.
My word, what up with you?
Make sure you wear the same shirts too. No, you guys should wear the vest and no shirts. That's what you guys do. Just like the good old days. Just like the good old days. All right, we're gonna raid Star Q, of course. Star Q this weekend, Saturday night, Parkdale Drink, right? What's that? Chayla Soul Channel 9, DJ Star Q.
I'm gonna be there.
You're gonna be there.
Yeah.
You guys want to plug? Yo, you guys plug something. We got about 30 seconds. Y'all plug something for it. Plug what you got.
Black and White Affair in the memory of Mr. Senior Fitzwilliam Senior.
Big
Sunday, Ajax. Be there.
161 Clement Road this Sunday at 4 p.m.
Yes.
Watch.
Bring your booze. We bring the food.
Yes. Food and vibes provided.
Make the family barbecue great again.
Absolutely.
Make the family barbecue great again.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that we will do. It's going to be a great time.
All right.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining Pizza in the Break Room. It's lovely to have you all in here. Love your energy. Love the vibes. Thank y'all. You all are awesome.
Candy will play twice Denise.
Kids' Point of View, Dual School. Get your book. It's available online, Amazon.
Check it out. It's very important, guys. You guys got to support this. Very good cause, like we said, man. Very, very good cause. Make that voice heard. The more books we buy, the more candy we hear, the less. I don't know. We'll put some sort of goal. We're gonna go talk about it in the back. Big up to Star Q. We're headed to Star Q, y'all. Big up. Have a good night.
Respect, man. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
One time. Thank you for coming out.
Appreciate it.
We're out of here.